Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with a positive gaming discussion topic. I was really happy with the outcome of last week's positive gaming discussion where we talked about games that can put a smile on your face. If you missed that, I'll have a link to it in the description down below, but like I said, I was really happy with the community interaction. It wasn't a video I expected or wanted to get a ton of views, it was just a really happy space to be in, and I think I'm going to keep trying to do that each week when I can come up with those topics. This time I want to talk about gaming outlets. Often I've found that I enjoy gaming most, and life in general of course, if there is a balance struck. Too much of anything in life can become a detriment to you, and that even includes gaming, even though it's completely awesome. So today I want to discuss gaming outlets and what we do to take breaks from gaming that brings us that same amount of happiness that gaming brings, but also with those breaks in between allows gaming to become even more enjoyable, whether it's via a connection to gaming or something completely aside from gaming that you do, so that when you return to the video game universe, it feels like a fresh experience. By this I mean something along the lines of me going to hockey multiple times a week, and when I come back, it's really exciting to play games because I'd been away for so long. But what I really want to talk about that's become my gaming outlet, and it's something I've neglected for a while, is the comic book universe. I am new to comics and only began reading in the summer. Often I found myself shying away from something that sounded so awesome, considering the fact that it was so much to catch up on and I had no clue where to start, but honestly I decided let me do some research and just hop right in. What I've learned is the comic universe is something I have been missing out on for a long while, and I so wish I started sooner. It has become my detachment from gaming, where if I want to experience a new story of some kind but not sit down and have a controller in my hand. I am very driven by characters and narrative, and that's what comics thrive off of. I love reading especially stories on these B-tier characters in the Marvel and DC universe and learning more about them. Often it'll start with reading a main hero story like a Spider-Man, a Captain America, and seeing a side hero or a side character crop up in the story and thinking to myself, you know, they have a really interesting concept and way of thinking. I want to learn more about them, and then deciding to dive into their comic story afterwards. We also get appreciation for stuff that you often don't see on the big screen. These are characters like Gwenpool, Darkstar, and the Winter Guard. Hero groups along these lines, like I said, that we're really not going to see on the big screen, maybe not even a nod towards them. And often that's where games like Lego Marvel Superheroes really flourish because we get a little bit of attention to characters like those, but that's how it becomes a gaming outlet and becomes eventually a disconnect. I was playing Lego Marvel Superheroes, and that's how I actually discovered Darkstar and the Winter Squad. Then I proceeded to read an entire comic series on them. While there is very little reading about them, it was still a really good feeling to dive into a universe that often isn't touched in Marvel. After finishing their story, I was revved up to go back and game some more because I had taken that break. I'm not a life guru, I'm still learning a lot myself as a very young person, but I do have to emphasize that striking a balance, taking breaks, it's so beneficial. A lot of people, for example, when they get a brand new game, they binge it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I've been guilty of that too. But when you continuously binge, day in and day out, often I feel that the game experience becomes numb. You don't react to certain things, both negatively and positively, that you possibly could be. And that's why I think breaks are so valuable as both a critic and just a gamer in general. Anyway, aside from sports, this is my gaming outlet that I wanted to share with you guys today, and I want to hear about your gaming outlet in the comments down below. So fire away. What do you do to take you away from gaming for a little bit and that revs you up to get right back in there? I'm dying to see what you guys are doing in the comments down below, because maybe I'll try that as well. I hope you guys try comics out, and if you're looking for any recommendations, then feel free to ask away, whether it's on my Twitter or in the comments. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook, because those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.